Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, and welcome. My name is Nori. I'm coming to you live from the digital engineering server. This is modded Minecraft, and we are playing digital engineering SMP mod pack. And this, as always, is our mess. So, I'd like to welcome you guys out. It is Friday night. It is community night. It is time where we take a gander at what people have been up to. I am currently located at our community center. Behind me is the fishing shack that we put up last week, which I've spent a little bit of time at fishing and fishing and fishing. Of all the things that you can do in Minecraft, fishing is probably the boringest thing in the world. Just saying, if you don't like to fish, don't fish. But all that being said, you didn't come here to stare at my beautiful face. Not one bit. You came out here to see what we have been up to. So, I guess since we're here at the community center, we'll start here at the community center because that seems to be the most apropos thing, and then we'll take a trip around. I know that people have been on this week. There have been changes occurring all over the place. So we're going to try and get to as many of those as we can within the next hour. And we'll see what all we can see. All right. So I'll hop on board. And let's go have a good time. Let me get out of this fishing chair where I've been in for the last little bit. All right. So, as we walk around, this has been pushed back even further. We've extended the road out. So, in this stretch somewhere along here, I suspect there are going to be a couple other buildings going up. We have one of our members, Hilo. He's talking about building a museum. Cara wants to build a recycling center. I am going to rebuild my concrete shop. In fact, we will probably spend a good portion of our Saturday morning coffee tomorrow morning working on the concrete shop. So I'm probably going to end up having to dig out even more of this. But I'm going to try and put in the concrete shop like I've always envisioned it, which is, push button, order the stuff that you want totally automated. You don't have to do a thing and just sit back and watch the show. So that's going to go somewhere off in that direction. Yeah, off in that direction. We'll pick a spot out, either that or we may move it to the other side. Over there next to the blacksmith shop. Maybe we'll make that the industrial area or whatnot for weird shops like that over there. I don't know. That being said, as we continue to... Sorry, I've got a cat crawling around between my legs right now. He can't make up his mind what he wants to do. That being said, some of the biggest changes that have occurred here is Astria's bakery shop, which used to sit right here, has been relocated, and this is her new bake shop. Much better. I think they both were amazing, if you ask my opinion. But this one happens to include a little bit more to it. So we can see right away that there is a create windmill running. And inside here, it's a little dark, but they've got some millstones. So I imagine they're going to turn wheat into flour, that sort of thing, though there's no signs there, so I don't mind going in that way. I swear, a cat will know exactly when not to get into your lap. Yes, hello, Mr. Kitty. All right. Thank you. So Astria's Bake Shop has now been renamed to Astria's Sweet and Treats. So as we walk in, you can see she's got plenty of ways to get you some milk. She's working on some coffee, buckets of milk. She's got food for your dogs, so kibbles and bits and bones, and then there's cookies, honey apples and sweets, and all kinds of nifty little goodies. And it looks like she's got a whole like Willy Wonka almost set up back there. So that's absolutely fantastic. You can see her kitchen where she does all of her baking and treat making. I love the decorations on this place. It looks really good. Not probably too much, but we are going to take a peek around in places. So a little bit of storage, nice custom bed. And then over here is probably the top half of, so doesn't look like it's done too much in the way of decorating there, but maybe there's more to come. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, there's Bamzinga's tower, ever large and in charge. And oh wow, they've added decorations on the inside. Wow, we'll have to come over and take a peek at that after we finish the backside tour. So Astria's Sweets and Treats has her own little port of harbor. So, she can make waterway deliveries too, I guess. She's got a beehive here, a whole wheat farm set up. Yeah, she's got basically everything she needs. Except for, I think she needs a cocoa farm to support all the cookies she's making. But maybe she's got that set up somewhere else. I don't know. I'm interested here. So here is Bamzinga, Astria, and Little Chris's tower. So you can see they've definitely done some decoration work. This looks neat. What is that? Oh, underslime crystal. Okay, so they've gone out and collected a bunch of crystal shards. Not much there. A little bit of decoration here. Not too much here. Of course, this is a very small room. These looks like doorways to the outside. More doorways to the outside, potentially. Yeah. All these lead out. So we must be up in the, almost near the top of this tower. Yeah. Any more to it? Oh, yeah, one more room. And that's it. So they've done some decorating on the first floor. It looks like they're still working on the rest of the place. Still an amazing build. Planted right next to another amazing build. And Astria's just gone overboard with, not so much overboard, excuse me, has gone all out on the decoration. She's gotten so good at that. I have to start getting time to have her either teach me how to decorate a little better than what I do, or just come decorate my places. So we have the cart of miscellaneous stuff. So we had a bunch of chests here for weird stuff for people whom they wanted as they show up, like food, wood, that sort of paraphernalia here. They were just sitting out in chests. It looks like somebody came by and put it all in the cart to make it look nice and neat. As always, our digital engineering sign. This is Mac's flower shop. I have noticed that she has gotten in here and she has done some. This was empty, and now we got a chair, and it looks like some carpeting, some shulker boxes. It doesn't look like she's got much in the way of inventory, except for in a couple places, but maybe it's still a work in progress. Either way, it still looks absolutely fantastic. It's coming along very nicely. Let's grab our broomstick. I'm curious if anybody's added more to the sign, or so on the back side of the sign we put a billboard up here where so people can come up and put graffiti up. It looks like Katoa has been up here. He put a big cat. The little Z villager guy, that's Hilo. The heart is from Cara. And of course, there's my little wizard with an arrow pointing at it saying, "What was my name?" So, not too much more for the... Hey, mister. What's going on? Oh, that's not really much of a tech. That's just we finally settled in and put up a billboard, as it were, for the engineering. So this is all at World Spawn. When you show up, last season, somebody came in and was pointing out the fact that we needed a big server sign to indicate the name of the server and whatnot for people joining. So I spent about a week doing this all by hand. So, Supplementaries has a blackboard. Let's see if I got one in my pockets. And what's really cool is you can put the blackboard down and then you can draw on it. So all of the letters that you see up there are all hand drawn. That is, I had to put each one of these up and then draw a portion of the letter in each one. So that took a little bit of time. I think it turned out really well. And we put a backside to it so that people coming onto the server can go and sign the board, as it were. So that works out really nicely. Let's see what else has changed. So Katoa came in last week, I think it is. Yeah, I think it was like Sunday or maybe Monday he came in. We finally got the blacksmith shop up and going. So people showing up can come in and can get some starter gear. He also put in a fully working Tinkerer's Construct setup, complete with lava. So if you needed to, you can come pour your iron ore and do all your Tinkerer's Construct stuff straight out the blacksmith shop. That was really nice and helpful. He's even got an anvil here, so you can use the anvil. He did some decorating. So this is more like a forge, as it were. So I think that turned out rather spectacular. Now, I do know that there are plans for further expansion. Like, I'm going to put in a concrete shop over here, and did some playing around because RF Tools is in here. We did some playing around, and I actually have a way to make enough power and then supply power nodes to the people on the server that we can do a big RF power plant. So I'm thinking I'm going to build a big power station somewhere over here, kind of along the lines of like Trigun. So if you think of like, what was that, Into the Badlands, is I think the movie it was. They had a big power plant that was there that had a big giant light bulb on it. And I was thinking that felt like a really awesome idea. So I figured I might set up a big power plant in the shape of a light bulb to supply power for everybody on the server. So that's another one of those things on the build list. So from the community center, let's go and check out. Let's go check out Bamzinga and Astria's place. I don't know what all they've done over there, so let's go find out. I know that they put in a telepad, so that's new. There's Astria hanging out at her home. Looks like she's still doing some work on it. I just stuck myself in a tree. Oh, yes, she's been big onto this doorbell thing, which is pretty fantastic. So their house is pretty much the same as it was last time. There's little Chris's place. A little floating island off in theirs. So definitely got some more trees going on here. This definitely has a little bit more of a technical castle in the sky vibe. That's changed a little bit. So they've put up their own mushroom village, or small mushroom village. It looks like Animal Place, because there are some panda bears and some. So that's interesting. I still have no idea what it is in this little bubble here. We'll have to ask Bamzinga about that sometime. But by the sounds of it, it sounds like there's some kind of monsters in there. There's probably some kind of small farm. And then they've got this graveyard here. I'm not certain why they have what the broom is doing. Unless, of course, there's mob spawning over here and the grave guardian is killing them. And so the broom is just collecting all the drops. That is a possibility. It'd be an interesting possibility. I'll have to ask him about that. That's really the case. That's kind of a nice way of making a passive farm. Don't have to do anything. Just let that guy meander around and do his own shtick. And then what is this? Oh, bee farm. Oh, and they found themselves a goat. Oh, Mr. Goat. Oh, some nice new changes over here. Yeah, I like coming over here and visiting at Bamzinga and Astria's place, because they tend to be a lot really like decoration heavy. I'm certain some of the other membership are going to get really big into decoration as well. But some of us aren't as far along in our base setups as Bamzinga and Astria are. So absolutely fantastic work they've been doing. Can't wait to see what else is new for them. So from here, let's go visit their neighbor. Let's go say hi to Cara. Now, Cara, I know, has been... First off, of course, Cara, I think, has the biggest base. Big enough, we had to actually... And I say we... she actually had to create her own island to support it. So last week, I think when we were here, the rooms were up and she had that. Looks like she's put some roof on. This server started in February. So literally like 2 months, something like that. February 25th is when we launched the server. We went live. Oh, so she put in her front porch area. That's cool. Yeah. Well, so most people play on the server like pretty much every day. We're always all on here. There's always somebody on the server doing stuff all the time. I mean, Cara is just a builder. She just big constructs, large things. This is her jam, and she's been like absolutely just killing it with this. This thing's huge. Now, I will say that I have been out here. I think it's this side. I had to come out here and help her out a little bit this week. So she's got a basement area. Maybe coming in the wrong side. Yep, wrong side. Wow. Yeah, this tower's... So I can tell you that all the brickwork on the outside, that's new from this week. These all just be white quartz all over the place. So she's definitely gone all the way around the outside and retextured her outside. So that's pretty stellar work. All right. There we go. All right, let's just hop off the broomstick for a second. Oh, this is gonna suck. All right. So I've been working down here underneath her place. So we had to, this all used to be flooded in with water. As you can see, there's still water all over the place. So we put up a wall around the outside, and I'm in the process. So this is one of my projects that I've been helping her with. So I've been coming over here, putting up the wall, and then beating back the water. I still have a lot more water to pull out of here, but this place is actually fairly large. And I've only done, I think, maybe a fourth of the water so far. So there's just that much more water back in that direction. Let's grab our night vision goggles. We'll make it a little easier for everybody. But yeah, so once all of this is dug out, her plans are to come through here and flatten this out. And so she's going to build in an actual basement area on top of all that. Let me just get my head out of the grief. Let's do it this way. That's better. So really just kind of depends. Right now, pretty much everything. So some people have gone mine colonies and have done the classic Minecraft and mine colonies progression route. Other people like myself and Bamzinga have gone with mana and artifice, so we've gone more of a magic-based progression route. Hilo, who's another member, we're going to go out and visit his place, has gone with immersive engineering. And then you have people like Cara and Shale who have done mystical agriculture. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, people spread out. People have all kinds of different things that they go and do. Creates in here. So undeniablecake is a member, and he's like been huge in the create stuff. We'll go take a peek at his place. We can go do that right now. I think the easiest way to get there is going to be from my recalls. Here we go. So we'll just recall over there real quick. Little blip. So here's Undeniable's place. So yeah, like I said, Undeniable's pretty much a create guy. Now, I think he's planning on trying to get a bunch of his farms pre-established ahead of time. His plans, I think, were going to be to put in a big mine colony area over here. But he's been working on his create farms. Yeah, his cobblestone generator is a little out of control. And his tree farm's a little over. His tree farms produces an awful lot. I think he ran out of storage, honestly. Just because the number of the mods we have put in a bunch of extra drops out of the trees, so you have to account for all of this extra stuff. Really. Yeah, I don't ever sleep. I really should sleep more often. Come here. Oh, come on. Hold still. Thank you. All right. So let's see from here. I guess we'll just go back over to Cara's place. Yeah, because then we can pick up the oh, wait, I think Shale. Yeah, there's Shale's shrine. Should be able to hit Shale's shrine from here. So Shale is another. You gonna take me there? Yep. All right. Perfect. We don't need that anymore. We don't need any of those. So Shale is one of the other members. She pretty much does mystical agriculture is her preference. So it looks like she does still have the moss farm up and running. Yeah, they're actually really kind of interesting. So this is mod pack's almost primarily a magic based mod pack. We do have a little bit in the form of tech stuff. So like RF tools is in here and immersive engineering is in here. But some of that is a little, the recipes were made slightly larger because the story behind the mod pack is the ancient builders and all their tech have gone away. We don't know why, it just has. And so magic has in turn is what is supplementing people. So we have a little bit of tech in as the mod progresses. So as I update the mod, we do plan to introduce some more mods and maybe some more tech into it as we go along. But for right now, this is what we have. So this is mystical agriculture. This is Shale's farm. And so Shale grows pretty much all of her resources. That's it. There's really not much she's not growing in there. And I think we will go and pop on down here. She hasn't been over here too much doing any work on her farm or on her base here. I know she's been over working on her mine colonies a little bit. But so this is her aquarium area. So she's got her turtles and fishes and yeah, the spinning harvesters from Create is a pretty standard Create contraption. So it's just a bunch of harvesters, and then you put that on a windmill bearing. And so by putting on a windmill bearing, it only needs a very small amount of wool to actually make it go around in circles. And as long as it's moving, it harvests whatever plant it hits. So you then put a portable storage interface on the end of it so that you can spit out the stuff, and that just runs like indefinitely. There's just nothing you have to do for it. But yeah, so this is Shale's workshop. So she's got her little tinker tank over there, her village traders, all kinds of stuff. Now, when I say Shale grows her things, I mean literally. Let's see, that's nether quartz. So she's got nether quartz essence, right? And so you can stick nether quartz essence and craft it up. And this is a flower she grows upstairs. So she quite literally grows everything that she makes. So I don't know that she goes out too much in the world. She spends most of her time at home building ore, and we're going to go take a little gander over it across the waterway here. I think it's this way. Oops. Really? Oh, yeah, it's that key. Yep, this way. I can see it now. Oh, we're just getting started in some of these bases there, mister. So like this is Shale's mine colony, right? This thing's just, so she's been over here, spent some time working. Okay. Stop, chat. I'm trying to drive. You're messing things up. So she's been over here building her mine colony out. I don't know what all her plans are. I know it's still a very much so work in progress over here. I know she's been just kind of letting them do their things through the course of the week and just supplying them with the stuff that they need. And I know her new chest monster is over here somewhere. I just couldn't tell you where. And I don't plan on going looking for it because it is indeed a chest monster. But I don't know a builder who doesn't have a huge chest monster somewhere. It's just a thing. All right. So yeah, so that's Shale's place. Looking fabulous. Yeah, we've been about 2 months at this now. So February, March, April. Yeah, almost 2 months. And people are still not like even close to being done with the bases that they're working on. Still got a bunch of other farms to go. Let's see. Let's go. So we've talked about him. Let's go say hi to Hilo and check out his place. So Hilo is the guy who's gone. I've talked with Hilo, and his plans are to do kind of like a steampunk retro sort of place. And so he's been heavy into immersive engineering because that's between that and I think next update I do, I'm going to bring in the create steam powered. So we'll have that mod in here as well. So we'll have steam. And so he'll get a real good feel for like steampunk style. And so this is Hilo's area. His mansion is coming along very well. He decorates a whole lot better than I do. I think it looks amazing. And he's not even done decorating on the interior yet. He's just put up the walls and everything else. But there's still so much more that even I think he's planning on doing. But he's got a little outhouse, as it were, or barn. I don't know. It's got a kitchen there. I love this. This is great. Sir Dwarfington II. It just needs a little bit of more power to run this guy. He's a little bit on the beefy end for power consumption, and I don't think he quite has enough power just yet. But if we build the power plant like we're talking about doing, we should be able to actually satisfy his power requirements. So here's some of the interior stuff he's been doing. So he does have some decorations up. Looks like he's gotten a little bit into occultism. He's been out doing artifact collecting. And there's the second floor, which there's so many paintings in this mod pack. Yeah, okay, so here's some more of his immersive engineering work. I'm just kind of curious why he's floating this up off the ground, but okay. Maybe he wanted to gain access to it for something. Metal barrels, wooden barrels. Yep, he's making steel. He's got his improved blast furnace. So, you know, the mod pack is kind of go the way that you want to go. I love this. He's got himself a slime in a cage. And there's his bed. So absolutely. And I know he's not done over here. And my understanding is there's a whole plan for, he wants to put in his own little village, but I don't think he's going mine colony route. I think he's actually going to populate it with like normal villagers. Which he would not be the... So that really depends on... Yeah. As far as challenges go for magic, that would depend on the directionality you went with magic. So, I guess since you want to ask the questions about magic, let's pop over here to the Dark Tower, which is my place. This is a good starting setup. So if you're going for like plant-based magic, then you're doing mystical agriculture. The challenge is you have to at least find enough of the items to craft a seed first time. If you didn't really want to go pure plant magic and grow your own resources, you wanted like normal plant magic stuff, there is Roots Classic. And so your biggest trouble here is going to be getting your ritual altar set up and getting basically collecting a bunch of plants and collecting all the plants that you need. Those are your biggest troubles with Roots Classic, which is in here. But the tablet it's not really straightforward, so there's not a start here, go here direction. You just kind of pick your way through here and go, okay, I want to make let's say you want to make a spell, right? So you come here to the spell sides, and you go, okay, so all of the spell is made by combining some number of stuff. So like this one needs poppy, red mushroom, raw beef, and a red currant. And so you pound that in a mortar, and then you get the spell powder. And so that spell powder lets you cast the spell once, or you infuse it into a stick and you can cast it a few times, or you infuse it into a crystal staff and you can cast it indefinitely. So this one's all about gathering the right plant resources and making your spells. The other magic sets are in here is, of course, occultism. So this one, the biggest hurdles to overcome with this is getting your otherworld stone and getting the stuff to make your chalks and the attuned crystals, because those are basically diamonds. That's probably your biggest expensive item right there is diamonds. Having a cow farm or a pig farm wouldn't be a bad idea. I know in some trees in the surrounding areas, we've actually found pig spawners. I don't know which mod brought that in, but it's a thing. So Zodicus, our resident air mage, has a pig pen set up that he slaughters pigs to get the tallow to make all of his candles. But so occultism, you basically are summoning up spirits to do the various different things for you. After occultism, there is primal magic. So if you've ever done like Thaumcraft, primal magic will remind you very quickly of Thaumcraft. And so here you get to craft spells. Now the spell crafting here is not quite as painful as Mana and Artifice. But this one does require that you have your wand, and your wand stores some amount of mana. And so you have to keep the wand charged, basically. Otherwise, you can't cast your spells. And then each wand is only allowed to have some number of spells. So you can only have like 2 or 3 or 4 spells per wand. So you end up making a bunch of wands. So, kind of take your pick. I think far and away my favorite of the magic mods that we have in here and available is Mana and Artifice, which is the predominant magic stuff that you see floating around in my base. So like this is a ritual to make a mode of magic, which is a crafting ingredient. This is the ritual for crafting your spells. And so depending on the spell you're trying to make, each one of these runes, you'll end up putting an item down on top of it. That gets consumed in the creation of the spells. And so like these are all handmade. I picked out the range, the delay, the spell type, what it's going to do. But even that just gets you started. Let's go upstairs. That's for rune crafting. It's a magic mod, but not quite nearly as involved. In fact, I think I'm the only one on the server who's even messed with it. This is an altar for advanced magic for Mana and Artifice. That's its own ritual and ball of whole system. But I think if you were really looking into like really customizable, configurable magic to do all kinds of weird stuff, Mana and Artifice is really going to be the direction you want to go at. And so the first things you're going to doing is making an Oculus, and you're going to have to go through your various different tiers. And so the tiers will tell you what spells you can start building. I understand that this is just you can start building the spells. Little green bars that you see over here is how much I've used this particular section of the spell. And so my mastery of that spell. Once it's fully green like this, it's considered what they call rote. And once a spell goes rote, you can actually go to your book of rote, which is what this red book here is. And so you can now create a custom spell where you select your form, which in this case I've selected like a wave-based spell, some kind of component, which is damage, in this case gust, which acts like I call it my lawnmower spells, what this basically does. But there are all kinds of different types of components you can have it do, and you can mix and match the components. So I could do gust with invisibility if I wanted to, or gust with invisibility and a fire shield. And so all of these would be tagged onto one spell that I could then cast. Of course, you'd want to make certain it made sense to do that. I wouldn't put this on a wave spell, but you can adjust the power output. You can adjust all kinds of different things with it. So it's probably the most complex magic system, but also has a lot of customization that you can do to it. This is my occultism mining operation. So these 4 little demon guys. So this is a demon. This is my miner demon. So he goes inside of the dimensional mine shaft and he starts spitting out ores. I have the transporter who takes things from the grinder, which is this guy. And then this is the janitor who picks everything up and throws it into the box. And so the miner spits out ores. The janitor puts the ores in the box. The transporter takes certain ores and gives it to the grinder, who then doubles the ore that comes out of it. So it's a mystical ore doubling system. Let's see. What else do we have? There's just lots of different... Wow. I did a really good job of hiding these staircases. Just like spin around 3 or 4 times. Where'd that staircase go? About halfway up my tower now. So we also have tombstones. So Corel's is in here. So you have a little bit of magic that way. Mostly that's there to preserve your stuff on death. Hexarii, which is a witch-based magic system, is in here. So that's what this is. That's the broomstick you see me running around on everywhere. So that's a broomstick from Hexarii. So it's a customizable broomstick. Right, so I can put different bits on it. So the main thing that kill people here is going to be the undead. So when we put Mana and Artifice into the mod pack, Mana and Artifice brought in a number of extra monsters beyond skeletons, which skeletons and creepers, which are still big killers, but not nearly as lethal as some of the Mana and Artifice creatures. Let's see if we can find one. So like this guy right here with the crossbow, he's a bit of a pain in the neck. Not nearly as bad. He's probably a little on the weaker end of them, but he'll throw potions and then shoots you like that. And then he'll pop those potions with his crossbow. And so you're going to get hit by whatever effect that potion has on it to begin with. Let's see. What else? Where is the other ones? So there's another one of those bow and arrow guys. But those are the big killers on the server. These would be the other ones. So there are these guys, and that little glowing light bulb, that's a fairy, also from Mana and Artifice, and they will sneak up on you. You have no idea they're there. and they will just zap you from long range, and they're hard to target, hard to shoot an arrow at, hard to kill. That is a skeletal assassin. That's another popular killer on the server. There's a skeleton ninja too that will turn invisible and come after you. Yeah, they're part of the different factions in Mana and Artifice. So as you level up, once you get to tier 2, to go from tier 2 to tier 3, you have to select the faction. Once you've selected your faction, that aligns you to a set of monsters. So if you chose like the fairies, then the little glow balls will leave you alone. If you chose the Wizard Council, the guys with the arrows, and there's a sword and shield dude, I haven't seen him floating around here yet. Usually he's out here and about somewhere. They'll leave you alone. Those are the other... Oops. Yeah. Oh, cramming at least. What spell do I have set? That's the one I want. Ow, leave me alone. Stop. Not interested in you. Thank you. Give me some range on him. So those are hulking zombies. Nobody likes these guys. They hit like trucks. They come in 2 versions. This is the green, who is actually the easier of the 2. Oh, hold still, you. The red ones, which you occasionally see out here in the overworld. Go away. Oh, holy cow! He's one of those guys. This is one of the bigger ones who have like nasty bunches. Yeah. So this guy's got about 400 hit points. And I don't have anything nearly strong enough to actually put him down quickly. So yeah, those will kill you. And so those are some of the bigger health concerns for people. And as gnarly as the green ones are, the red ones that exist in this world they're twice as bad. They'll jump into the air and clock you out of the air. Luckily enough, you only really see them in the nether, but those are the big, like, kill you dead people on mobs that usually kill a lot of people who aren't paying attention. Now, on the plus side, until you go down Mana and Artifice and until you select a faction, the other ones will leave you alone. So there are demons in the nether that will leave you alone. There are the fairies that will leave you alone. There are the Wizard Council people that will leave you alone. The hulking dudes don't care. Yeah. They absolutely could. So the Undead faction doesn't care about who you are with. They're going to kill you. They hate everybody equally. So even if you're not part of Mana and Artifice, they'll still come and kill you. So those tend to be the absolute biggest killers on the server. I did manage to finally get in here and get some walls and a roof up. We took out, last week, there was a slime island up there. I took it out. It was causing me some headaches. And secret door, because who doesn't love a secret door? And so this is where my little magic-based wood farm is occurring at, right? So let's grab our Make Things Grow wand. So this is from occultism, right? So one of these little guys is a janitor. The other one is a lumberjack. Hey, lumberjack. There's a tree. Thank you. So he'll go and cut down a tree. What makes this whole thing really nice is that he does this all on his own. And he'll pick up any saplings and he replants the tree that he chopped down. So nice little purely magic, AFKable. You don't have to do anything. Seriously, dude, stop picking up the stuff. There he goes. So he'll just replant everything, cleans up after himself, waits for the next tree to grow. We decorated a room. I made it look outdoorsy. Or at least I tried to anyways. It is underground, but it looks a little light and airy now. And then, you know, our closing doors, seal it off. Don't have to worry about anything. So nice thing is I can stand and work at my tower, and this farm is actually just in range to continue to work. So, which was really kind of important since I need a lot of that oak for the village that we're putting up at the foot of the tower. Because that's on the list of things to do. And so, you know, all of these buildings down here, we're building these, well, not by hand, but I'm using Create. I've copied these. These are like normal villager buildings. So he's still floating around? Good grief. But yeah, I got a bunch more houses to put up. I need a lot more oak. And then we're going to go get some spruce and probably acacia buildings. And then I finally figured out how I'm going to handle the dragon here. So we've got one of his paws in place. We've got his head. I got to do some little bit more work on the head. But I'm thinking off the back end here, rather than trying to build in the entire giant dragon, I'm going to put a big portal and then have the dragon coming out of the portal like he's being summoned in. I think that's going to look a lot cooler. I'm one of those, whoops, I didn't really mean to, yeah, bad magic. And then, of course, we have our slipstream generators, which will take us up into the mouth of the dragon. So, you know, you can get eaten. And I plan on, so these are here because one of the things that I wanted to do is get this set up on a timer so that occasionally the dragon will, as it were, why is that not doing? Oh, am I? Oh, I see. I'm in that quasi state. The idea being is that I wanted him to be able to just like occasionally drip a little bit of lava out. I unfortunately had that switch turned on for too long, so he dripped a lot of lava out. And then we put a gate here. So this is a permanent magical portal. And that will just pop you back inside the building. You can get in via the top or the bottom floor as you need. So we've seen Hilo. Alchemic will be the next person we will go see. Alchemic's been really busy at his little place. All right, go away now. Okay. So this is that pop up and down. That is, aha. So this is another one of those fairy guys. Ow. Seriously, guys? Oh. scram. You've irritated me enough. Exactly how many hit points do you have, dude? Yeah, that seems to be my shtick tonight. I'm trying to go around peacefully and just look at what people have been up to, and instead I'm just picking fights with everything. It's just not been my night. Oh, look, there's another turf war. So you see what I mean? Like, these guys are literally all over the place. I'm just going to, yeah, you guys have at it. We're out of here. Oh, wow. Alchemic has been, like, really busy. Holy cow. So this is the mine colony route. I have no idea what that even is. And as you can see, he's got mine carts. Yeah, so this is the other progression path that you can go into is like full on mine colonies. And so this is reminds me of the old like civilization games where you have a town that you just kind of manage. You tell people to upgrade different buildings that they get better or stronger. They can do more things, as it were. Yeah, he has been really busy this week. Holy cow. Crunch time does not even get started on this. All right, we're going to go outside of his. So I don't have any. So one of the things about this about mine colonies is that if you're not a part of the colony officially, you actually can't do anything once you're inside the colony boundaries. So it's a nice way to prevent griefing. We will just let's take a walk through this place. A flyover is just not nearly as impressive. It's just walking through this place. Holy cow, he has been busy. So this is the main castle area. It was actually part of one of the mods that we added in, the End Remastered, which creates a new, replaces all of, like the standard strongholds and creates new ways to get to the end. And so this End Remastered castle is one of those ways. It looks like if I had this is what is all of this? Mine Colony Library? Oh, it looks like he's actually incorporated the library build directly inside of the castle. Get out of here. Yeah, it literally got the entire thing just plugged right on into the inside of his castle. This is insane. Yeah, this is what I'm like, no, just gotta get out and walk through here because there's a lot going on here you're just not going to see from the outside. I just gotta be careful because I can't go anywhere where there's a door at. So this looks like some of his workshop area. So he too is also doing occultism for some of his stuff. Looks like he definitely has some immersive engineering. He's got a Fletcher stuck in the back corner there. Interesting. Tinker's Construct. He's and Create. He's even got Create built inside here. He's just kind of got everything like crammed into this room. And an RF Tools coal generator. Like literally almost all of the major mods in here. He's just got plugged right on in this place. Get out of here. It's just insane. powered rails, guards, houses. Yeah. So like I said, this is. I always even equip some of his people in Tinker's Construct armor. Nice. So yeah, so there you go. This is another one of those things that you could do progression wise to this mod pack. As of course, you can build your own civilization full of working people that have things to do and can do things. Let's see if I can. Oh, almost made it across the water. No, 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 no. Thank you, but no. Let's see if I can get back to the teleporter without totally torquing things off. Get out of here. Yes, looks like we're gonna get out of here. Okay, so that's Alchemic's place. We've seen Bamzinga's. Gonna look at my place. We've looked at Cara's. We've been to the community center. Let's get out of here real quick. It looks like they're playing around with other stuff at this point. Wow. So yeah, everybody's been really kind of busy. And everybody's still really kind of busy. But yeah, we pretty much have, I think there's 15 or 16 people, I think, last count on the server. About 15 people or so that play on the server. And play regularly. And everybody does has a different take on what they think is important for them to do. Let's go back over. No, I think we'll finish out here. But yeah, that's been our community night. That's what everybody's been up to. Is what everybody's been doing. Tomorrow, I think on the slate for tomorrow is, seriously, I'm going to sit down, I think, and start working on, well, so we may spend a little bit of time working on the portal for the dragon over at the tower. And then may also come over here and do some clearing to put up the concrete shop. Yeah, it's a blast. We're all having all kinds of different fun. Everybody's doing what they want to do, building what they want to build. The community area is great because it's allowed everybody who plays on the server to come here and contribute to like one big, huge build. So not only does everybody have their own bases that they're working on, building their own things that they want to do, we have this area here at the community. It works out really well for people to put in whatever they want to contribute to basically a town center and fill it up with things. And it works out because a lot of the stuff that people put in here are useful for other people and useful for new people who have shown up. As well as it gives, just gives us all something to come and look at and hang out and talk. I do know at some point in time, me and Bamzinga have plans on doing a big dwarven rune forge. So that's going to be something interesting to look out for. Grab the map here real quick. Yeah, so we found this hole in the ground, and I think the idea is we're going to flatten it out a little bit, put some walls, and we're going to do a whole mana and artifice rune crafting automation system all on through here. So that'll be really kind of interesting. But yeah, from the map perspective, you can kind of see where everybody's at. So like here's Bamzinga and Astria, where we were at earlier, next to Cara's place. Literally an artificial island. She just was all water here at the first stages of the server's life. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Eventually I had to get a hold of Astra so we can find a way to get over here. Astra's got a garden area that's underground here. It's like a little mushroom area. It's really kind of cool. I have to get her to take us back over there sometime. We can go see it again. Let's see. So this is Alchemic's place where he just came from, and that big, huge colony. So Alchemic is, yeah, he's over in negative 4,000 block range, and world spawn where we're at is over here in 10. So he's like 4,000 blocks away from world spawn. Let's see. Hilo is down here. He's about 2,500 blocks away, so you can see he's due south. So there's Hilo's place, but Hilo's planning on expanding all the way out. Cake is right here, about 1,400 blocks, give or take. Here's our island volcano area that we're currently building at. Shale is up here and here. Down here in this little spot is this is Mac's location. So Mac is my closest neighbor, about 500 blocks away, give or take. Zoda, the Wind Mage, lives right here. He hasn't been around the last couple of weeks, so he hasn't had a whole lot of change here. So there's not really too much new to show off over here. There's not really too much change. And then over here is Katoa and company, and again, much the same with them, as they haven't really been on the last couple of weeks, so there's not been a whole lot of change that has occurred over here. So this is still pretty much as it has been. I think the last time I saw Katoa on, he was out in the mining dimension doing something anyway. So, but yeah, everybody's kind of all over the place. Over here somewhere, and I'll have to go back over and look again. We're planning on putting in an Elytra course. Hopefully we'll get to it this season. We'll see. So a lot of things we got going on for this season. But yeah, this is going to be the Dwarven Rune Forge area we're going to build out with Bamzinga here. We have an Elytra course. This has some really cool cave structures and whatnot, and areas where you could fly through. So we thought it would be great to put a flight course through there. It'd be fun. Yeah, but you know, that's what we've been working on for the last week, and I'm certain next week we'll have even more to go through. But we're out of time for tonight. But I would invite you to come back tomorrow morning, and because you know Saturdays are our long stream sessions, so we will be on and kicking around for at least a good 4 hours or so. We're going to see about. We'll do some cleanup and see if we can't start getting in the create concrete shop. We'll probably be over in that direction. We're going to put the portal in on the back end. If you're interested, mister, and you show up tomorrow, remind me. There's a couple of new spells I actually wanted to build, so you know I can walk you through that too, and you can see what that looks like. So, it's all so much fun. But hey, thanks for coming out and hanging out, dude. I appreciate it. We will catch you guys all